early light, what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red clear, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you very much, Jennifer. You have a beautiful voice. Thank you for being here this evening. Power Wheels competitors, are you ready? Now the Power Wheels cars you see out here, we're going to let them run around for about 10-12 minutes. They'll run in a demolition derby format as they'd see your parents run in, as you see their parents run in. Then after about 10-12 minutes, we'll line them up, do a full drag race to determine our winner. Obviously, with plastic cars and long life batteries, this could go on for 2-3 hours to determine a winner of the last car running. So we'll give them a good 10-15 minutes of time to play around and smash into one another. From New Philadelphia, Ohio, Tyler and Taylor Fuchs are out there. From Cadiz, Ohio, Jace McAfee in the 211 Junior. From Lisbon, Ohio, Sophia Richards and Madison Richards, both from Lisbon, Ohio. You'll see their dad Thomas in the Pro Modify class later. Jason DiLoretto Jr. in the J1 from Dillonvale, Ohio. His dad will be in the truck class later. Hallie Lewis from Latonia. Caleb McAdoo from Greenville, Pennsylvania. Brandon McAfee from Jewett, Ohio. A.J. McAllister from Canton, Ohio. And what was the last one? Ronan Mills from Minerva, Ohio. 11 Power Wheels competitors. Each competitor gets a medal to take home with them. All competitors get a medal, and then the winner gets a small trophy presented by Derby Dog Productions.
Chuck.
Just make sure you give me the top 3 after you do the drag race. Let me know who they are if you can, and I'll announce them and I'll mark them on my paper. We need to know who the winner is so we can give a trophy too. You got that radio for the first day or? You still have radio. Yep, I'll call them now. Now, folks, if you see these Power Wheels competitors out here, folks, any one of you kids can get involved in this. I've got plenty of friends that they pick these Power Wheels up for free at garage sales and find them in people's front yards, thrown away in the trash. You know, a couple hose clamps and zip ties, and they can be fabricated any way you want. A lot of them change the batteries in them. They'll put like a lithium ion or a smaller tractor mower battery. There are a small set of rules. You can find them on our website, www.derbydog-productions.com. Back at Trumbull County Fair last year, we had 50 or so of these Power Wheels. We had 30 of them last Sunday night at Trumbull County Fair. So a lot of the kids get involved. It makes a lot of excitement for them, and it also continues on the tradition of Demolition Derby at county fairs with the young kids and try to give some excitement to them and build them up to keep the Demolition Derby rolling through county fairs. A lot of the parents will put self-tapping screws into the tires and whatnot for better traction. Just like anything else in motorsports in general, there's ways of getting around the rules. I'm sure once we got a Power Wheel up in the air over there, one of the officials going down and getting them off of there. A lot of the Jeep Power Wheels are pretty common. 608.
What are you doing, sunshine? Coming to see you. Are you ready, Reggie? Are you ready, Gaylord?
What's up, man? How you doing? Good.
$100 out for the mag only for the pro class.
Okay, cool.
But crowd participation.
You got it. Yeah, we'll get the fans involved in it.
That's right. That's that 100 from Razor, right?
What's the name of your company?
Countryside Recycling Service.
Alright, I'll just meet them down there.
Well, we'll see if they come over here.
Alright, I'll meet them down there.
Okay.
I was talking about buying Ben this morning. He said, like, yeah, I wish you would have. They would have told him. Actually feeling good up here for once.
And it's,
609. We got like 5 minutes left.
oh, you got a time limit? Is that what they do?
Give them like 10, 12 minutes,
Oh,
then
12
do a drag race.
Yeah.
We used to put balloons on them,
Oh, yeah.
so where the kids had to pop the balloon.
Yeah.
It was all right till like the kid would go by and he snagged the balloon off the other kid's Power Wheels.
Yeah.
So the kid that was winning, he was just tooling around. You know, he hit somebody and he'd snag his balloon off.
Yeah.
You got to have like 20 officials standing to see where the balloons go. And yeah.
Say, 10 years from now, you'll be out here.
Hovercrafts. They're on them little things they ride now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are those hoverboards?
Yeah.
Do you have somebody to water the track after these?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
He knows he's got about a half a tank on there. If you want more, we're going to go get more.
Okay. That should be fine.
And then,
Folks, we've got just a few more minutes left of the Power Wheels, and then we'll line them up for a drag race to determine our winners.
already front row will let it down if you need to or whatever.
Okay. You don't miss doing this at all?
Yeah. So I can turn my phone off about 7 o'clock every night. So nice. Midnight. Hey, I'm in
Hey.
the garage. Well,
Motocross now.
is that what he's doing? How come I can't weld this? Somebody do this like 12:30 and you're fucking drunk. Click.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then they get mad at you.
Come on. I keys are my door.
I just saw you were on Facebook and I answered your goddamn phone.
Yeah. Just one?
How many?
Two of them.
ahead. You can start lining them up for the drag race now. That's fine. Well, folks, at this time, you'll see the officials red flag the demolition derby portion. And we'll line them up from one end to the other, do a drag race to determine the winner. As we said, plastic cars and not much speed. This could go on for hours on end, so we don't want to discourage the kids or take any motivation away from them. So we'll line them up, do a quick little drag race to determine our winner. We'll be ready to go for a big car demolition derby action here at the Carroll County Fair. Ready for our drag race.
I'll be right back.
Folks, you want to count them down for 5 one more time. 5, 4.
They're not even counting.
After this, the fair has a water truck. They're going to water the track down. After that, the fire department will touch it up from there if you just want to let the fire department know when and where you need the water.
Gotcha.
They're not as fun and rowdy as
AJ,
they
number 67 is first. Letty's daughter is second. And 69X is third.
Thank you.
Who's Lenny's daughter? Oh, what number is she?
It's right here. You'll have to get me names because none of them filled a number out on their entry form.
Is it Haley?
Yeah.
Ask him what the number, what Haley's number is.
Evan Fuchs got first place.
Tyler Fuchs, thank you. Thank you.
First place.
So our winner is Tyler Fuchs in the 57 from New Philadelphia, Ohio, down there in Tuscarawas County. He's out there with his brother Taylor.
He's in the 69X. He got third. Letty's daughter got second.
Who's, what number is
Sorry, what was third place again?
69?
AJ McAllister. He got third.
Hallie Lewis got second, and A.J. McAllister finished third there. All competitors get the medals, and Tyler Fuchs will get the big trophy from Derby Dog Productions. We'll get 16. Looks like he's got himself a 2-door Monte Carlo, it looks like. The second car out also from Lisbon, Ohio. You saw his kids in the Power Wheels. That's Thomas Richards in the 373. Got an 80s box 4-door Ford.
Hey, we're one medal short. Little dude's crying because they forgot him.
Here,
So big brother gave him his.
here you go.
All right, thank you. Hey,
You gave him all the medals.
What was that, Brad? I'm sorry.
Okay.
6 altogether, but I think Darby's not running. From Jewett, Ohio, driving the 10 car tonight, that's Robert Frey in a 4-door Buick Limited there. Joe Thomas ran that car from Skyo, Ohio, drove that car at Battle at the Border last year. There is Carroll County's own from Minerva, Ohio, the 708 of Matt Amlug in a 4-door Buick. And in the Bubble Vic there, we have the 6X of Brandon Kelly from Cadiz, Ohio. He picked up the win over at the Harrison County Fair just a few weeks ago in that car. So Kelly, with the only newer style Bubble Vic type car, lined up with a class full of old iron. Dave Garvey not able to make the call here tonight in the 80s box wagon. Garvey from Newton Falls, Ohio in the 216. So 5 competitors. And folks, at this time, you can count them down from 5, 4, I think we're down to 1, officials. Go ahead. Green flag flies. Go ahead, guys. Amlug going to turn over Clarkson. Can he get him on his lid? Clarkson's got the left rear wheel hung up in the back window on Amlug 708. Robert Frey looking to make a nice half-track shot on Richards. Clarkson is on the clock in the 4:16 up on the grandstand wall there. 60 seconds to make aggressive contact for each driver before they're counted out by the official. In the 708, laying it out on Thomas Richards there. Amlug down to the north end of the track there. Kelly now getting Richards up against the wall. Kelly in the 6X still alive in the black Bubble Vic there. One of the only newer model cars in this heat. Now we got all three competitors teaming up on the 373 there of Richards. Now the 373 of Richards is on the clock there. Up against that grandstand wall. Richards steering his way out of the corner there. Amlug, Frey, and Kelly still alive down there on the north end of the track. See Richards in the 373, not much steering left on his automobile. He's trying to maneuver it around to line up good shot on his competitors. Amlug and Kelly still alive, 708 6X. Right in the center of the competition area there. Richards is still fighting the steering issues on the 373. So the 10 car, Robert Frey, is going to finish fourth here. Richards, Amlug, Kelly, all still alive. Amlug in the four-door car, the old GM four-door. Kelly in the Bubble Vic, and Richards, who's fighting the steering issue, in the 80s box Ford there. 6X was the winner over at the Harrison County Fair just a few weeks ago, over in Cadiz, Ohio. Up here at the Carroll County Fair to make it 2 in a row, and Richards will break his stick off. He will finish 3rd. So you got old school versus new school. Kelly in the 90s Bubble Vic, and Amlug in the old school full-size GM car. Harrison County versus Carroll County. Amlug from Minerva here in Carroll County. Kelly from Cadiz down at Harrison County. You see some steam coming out of the front of these cars. They're starting to get hot down there. Some would ask what the advantages of the newer style Bubble Vic cars. Well, they're lighter, they maneuver a lot quicker with the shorter wheelbase. But the older GMs, such a heavier car, do more damage, may not maneuver as well. They are a very strong car in general. They're just harder to find these days. Those newer Bubble Vics, very common around the Demolition Derby world. If you look online, Amlug in the 708 still holding on and staying alive there with the 6X of Brandon Kelly. You see quite a bit of steam coming out from the radiator there on the 6X. Now there you see what Amlug's trying to do. He's trying to get behind his competitor, push him up on those concrete blocks. If he can hang him up on there and leave him out to dry, Amlug could be your victor here, but Kelly hard on the brakes. Hard to push him up on there. Now with these pro-modified cars, as strong as they are, the idea is break the wheels, break the axles, and try to take out your competitor with drivetrain under the hood of these cars. There's a lot of welding, a lot of patching done to these cars. You see them patched up, folded up, pre-creased and pre-bent. Now you see Amlug there, he's trying to force the 6X to use a lot more of his horsepower. That puts a lot more heat into the motor, which is going to cause the 6X to overheat sooner. Amlug in the 708 stalls it out, is able to refire. You see the flames coming out. He's got some heat in that motor as well. You see the raw fuel burning off with the header flames. And Amlug gets a nice hit on the rear axle of the 6X there. That's the idea. Try to break your competitor's drivetrain, and a nice head nose-to-nose hit with Amlug and Kelly. 6X of Kelly able to refire. He's got quite a bit of heat in that motor. Amlug trying to shake him around. Turning into a bit of a pushy match here with Amlug and Kelly right there in the center of the competition area. Amlug able to maneuver away from Kelly to avoid the big hits on his axles and tires. You see these guys really sawing on the steering wheels. Obviously, when stuff starts to get bent up in the front ends, power steering becomes a miss there. These guys will have to steer as hard as they can to make competitive hits here. Amlug going to stall the 708 again, and Kelly maybe out of steering there. Kelly trying to get himself turned around in the 6X. Doesn't look like any steering on the 6X there. Amlug has the advantage if he can refire the 708. Time is on the 6X. He needs to make competitive contact within 60 seconds. And the 6X going to break his stick. Your winner is going to be the 708 of Matt Amlug from Minerva, Ohio. Put your hands together for all of our competitors here in the Pro Modified full-size class. Congratulations to Matt Amlug. Now, folks, you got to help me pick your hard hitter of the night, presented by Countryside Recycling Services and Brian Schumann. Is Matt Amlug your modified Mad Dog winner here tonight? How about Brandon Kelly in the 6X? Is he your Mad Dog winner here tonight? Thomas Richards, is he your Mad Dog winner? How about Matt Amlug in the 708? Is he your Mad Dog winner? Your 5 people cheered. 3,000 people in a grandstand, 5 people heard me cheer. Now they're starting to harass us up here in the announcer's booth. Matt Amlug will take home the Mad Dog Award, presented by Brian Schumann and Countryside Recycling Services in Carrollton, Ohio. All your scrap needs, copper, non-ferrous metals, aluminum, steel, sheet steel. Make your way to Countryside Recycling Services in Carrollton, Ohio today. Will be the J1 of Jason D. Loretto from Dillonvale, Ohio, driving a full-size Chevy here tonight. In the 007 from Robertsville, Ohio, driving a Ford F-150, Corey Woy in the 007. In the 00 from Toronto, Ohio, is Travis Cooper. From Toronto, Ohio, down in Jefferson County, is the 00. He's got the long 4-door long bed Chevy. And from Sewickley, Pennsylvania, in the 76, he was your winner last year here at the Carroll County Fair. He picked up the victory last Sunday night at the Trumbull County Fair. He's been a victor at many other Derby Dog production shows around. Ernest Boyer from Carrollton, Ohio, was not able to make the call of the bell here tonight, so 4 trucks on hand. That's it, just 4 trucks. 4, 3, 2, 1, go. And a little bit of a slow start here for our truck drivers. Andy Bort in the 76 trying to put Cooper down in the corner. break his stick off. He's out. Looks like, you guys tell me. This full-size truck class pays $900 to win, $300 for second, and $100 for third here. So $900 going to go to the winner here of this full-size truck class. These are what's referred to as the money trucks, your top three competitors left. Jason DiLoretto in the J1, Travis Cooper in the 00, and Andy Bort in the 76. Looks like we got ourselves a pretty slippery track out there. You see a lot of wheel speed on these trucks, but not much traction for Bort, Cooper, and DiLoretto. Bort driving the Ford model. Cooper and DiLoretto driving the GM models there. The build on these trucks is more of a modified style build, just as you've seen in the cars a few moments ago. These drivers can weld their doors solid, weld the bed to the cab, full roll cage inside the trucks. A lot of the trucks you'll see run around are leaf spring front end trucks, which is hard to find, but very common in the truck class. And you see DiLoretto trying to line up a big hit on Cooper, and he'll miss the 00. Andy Bort in the 76, Travis Cooper in the 00, Jason DiLoretto in the J1, still under power here in competition. Each one of those drivers left running will walk away with a check and a trophy here tonight. So you got a pair of Jefferson County drivers here and Sewickley, Pennsylvania driver Andy Bort. The long outstanding rule for county fairs was to have your hometown driver win your hometown fair, but in this case, Corey Woy in the 00 was your hometown driver. He will finish 4th. And we're down to Jefferson County, Toronto, Ohio, Travis Cooper in the 00, or Jason DiLoretto from Dillonville, Ohio, in the J1, Andy Bort all the way from over in Sewickley, Pennsylvania, out by Pittsburgh. And Cooper in the 00 looks to be hung up on the wall here in the pit side. He'll shake himself loose in that long 4-door Chevy. Cooper getting a nice hit. The Kelly Excavating sponsored truck there for Travis Cooper. And Andy Bort, you see he's turning the steering wheel and both front tires are nosed in on each other. So no steering there on the 76 of Bort. He's going to have to steer with the throttle and the rear tires of that truck to turn him around and point him in a direction. As you see the bedside on the 00 coming loose. This is where the big horsepower motor for Bort will become helpful, as he's going to be able to use the throttle to steer the back end of that truck around and point him in the right direction as the whole bedside comes off the 00. Hey guys, make sure that driver of the 00 is safe in that cab. He looks all right, but the way that bedside's off, so there you see Bort in the 76 on the south end of the track. No steering on that 76. He's trying to maneuver it around, get himself in a direction he can make contact. Drivers need to make contact every 60 seconds to make competitive demolition derby action. Otherwise, competitors will be out. And Andy Bort is no stranger to no steering, as he's been around the demolition derby schedule for many years. Folks, get out there and cheer them on. They got some great competitive action. Cheer them on. Cheer on your favorite driver here. And there you see Cooper trying to put DiLoretto up on the wall, and Bort trying to make contact as hard as he can on Cooper. Cooper able to refire the long Chevy in the 00. DiLoretto trying to refire the J1, the newer style Chevy. And DiLoretto going to refire that J1. Now it looks like DiLoretto may have trouble steering in that J1 along with Andy Bort. Bort in the newer style Ford Super Duty in the 76. And Bort trying to stack up Cooper and DiLoretto there on the east side of the track there. And Bort going to make a nice front end shot on the 00. Looks like we got a radiator going on Travis Cooper's automobile. And Bort laying another nice front end shot. Bort in control here of this full-size truck feature. And Cooper's going to lean up and break his stick off in the 00. We got a red flag out. Cooper in the 00 will finish third. And that's it, folks. Your winner tonight from Sewickley, Pennsylvania, going to be the 76 of Andy Bort. Put your hands together for him. 2 feature wins in a row, one down at the Trumbull County Fair last Sunday. Picks up the win here at the Carroll County Fair this week. Congratulations to Andy Bort and his brother Ed coming over about an hour and a half drive to get here. 2 go. The first car out there you see is looks like the 5 car of Jonathan Drescher from Louisville, Ohio. The I-69 car there is Jeff Baldwin from Canton, Ohio. The 17 is Chris Parks from Mingo Junction. The 809 of Rhett Vincengo from Jewett, Ohio. The Z41 car, Zach Griffin from Canton over in Stark County. The black 17, Sean Lindoff from Youngstown, Ohio. The 7 car there is Zach Zimmer from Waynesburg. 13C driving the station wagon, the Chevy Celebrity wagon. Chad Roach from Carrollton. You got the 24 car there. Z24, Zach Griffin from Canton. The 10 of Scott Brady from Carrollton. The ST2 automobile is Bryson Brady from Carrollton, Ohio. There you see the 3 of Devin Powell from Cortland, Ohio. Dustin Lane in the 11 from Andover, Ohio. The 13 of Cody Mercer from Kinsman, Ohio. The LLT 1.5, Kyle Katuzin from Canton, Ohio, up there in Stark County. And there you see the 1324 of Ryan Gantz from Newton Falls up in Trumbull County. John Baker from Canton, Ohio is in the 114 automobile. The 24 car was Chris Grandstaff from Canton, Ohio. Stephen Donnelly in the 72 from Massillon, Ohio. And Rhett Vincengo in the 809 from Jewett, Ohio. Folks, officials are ready on the track. You help us count them down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the 13C of Chad Roach lays a nice hit across the track on the 10. Watch that driver's door for Jonathan in the 5 on the 7. We need all winners from the truck class, Andy Bort, Travis Cooper, and Jason DiLoretto, to come to the announcer's booth for your money and trophy over on the south side of the track.
Thank you. Together. This will go with your trucks.
The green flag. Let's go back to green flag demolition derby action here in the competition area. There you see the Z41 of Zach Griffin out of competition. There's no chick in this. She's in the big car. What was that? Copy, thank you. The 17 of Sean Lindoff from Youngstown is out of competition here. Red flag, hold them up, drivers, hold them up. Officials running down, taking a look at the third to go back to green flag competition. Here we go. What's the car number on the car in front of Kenny Schick? Do you guys know?
I can't make it out.
No, I got it. We're down to our 12 cars left running here in the competition area. 12 cars left running. We had John Baker in the 114, Kyle Katuzin in the LLT 1.5, Dustin Lane in the 11, the ST2, Bryson Brady from Carrollton, Ohio, your local driver, right here from Carroll County, 1324, Ryan Gantz from Newton Falls, Devin Powell in the 3 from Cortland, and the 7 car there of Zach Zimmer from Waynesburg climbs, trying to maneuver around up there on the north side with the I-69 of Jeff Baldwin from Canton. Ian, is that 5 car out right in front of you? Thank you. The 5 of Jonathan Drescher is out. He's from Louisville. He will finish 12th here tonight. Looks like we're down to 11 cars running. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we got some cars on the clock down there. Kyle Katuzin in the black and pink car is on the clock. John Baker in the 114 also on the clock. We got Cody Mercer still running in the 13. Ryan Gantz in the 1324 is on the clock. The 24 car, Chris Grandstaff from Canton. The black car there you see, making some good hard contact. The 72, Stephen Donnelly from Massillon, still in competition there with Katuzin. Boy, Devin got that car to fold up nice in the back end, didn't he? Devin Powell in the 3 got the back end of that Buick Century to fold up like the old school GM cars used to. Powell down here on the south end of the track. We got Katusin, Grandstaff, and the I-69 of Baldwin there on the north end. Cars spread out all over the arena. Down to our last 11 cars running here. And the 24 making a nice hit there on Donnelly in the 72. The ST2, Bryson Brady from Carrollton makes a nice hit on Baldwin. Thank you. Ryan Gantz in the 1324 out of competition. There you see the greenish blue car there with the red and black roof sign. Copy. I-69 of Jeff Baldwin breaks his stick off. We're down to our top 9 cars here. You got a bumper there, you see it? Hold them up, drivers. Hold them up. Hold them up there in the center of the arena, drivers. Anytime we got a bumper out on the track or an axle, we want to get these drivers stopped too many times. And Donnelly still moving around. We got a red flag out. Competition, here we go. Baker in the 114 hung up on the wall on the pit side. Dustin Lane in the 11 still alive. The 7 of Zach Zimmer still alive. 24 Chris Grandstaff from Canton, he's still alive. Cody Mercer in the 13, Stephen Donnelly in the 72. Cody Mercer in the 13, Kyle Katusin in the LLT 1.5. The ST2, Bryson Brady still alive. And Baker in the 114 breaks his stick off. He will finish 8th here tonight at the Carroll County Fair. Better than halfway through the field. Can't be disappointed about that when 19 cars show up and you finish mid-pack. Good job to John Baker. Thanks, Jason. Appreciate it, man. We'll see you at the next one. Travis, thanks for coming. Appreciate it. Good job tonight. Chris Grandstaff in the 24 trying to maneuver around and make some competitive contact with somebody, and he does on Kyle Katusin. what's that car behind the 5? Is that 11? Copy. Dustin Lane in the 11 from Andover up in Ashtabula County will finish 7th here. We're down to our top 6 competitors. Zach Zimmer in the 7, Kyle Katuzin in the LLT 1.5, Cody Mercer in the 13, Chris Grandstaff in the 24, Stephen Donnelly in the 72, and in the ST2 is Bryson Brady. Donnelly is now on the clock. He's moving now in the 72 and makes slight contact with Zimmer in the 7.
He knows he's got money here.
Andy Bort, if you're within an earshot, please come to the announcer's booth. Drivers, hold them up, drivers. Hold them up on the competition area. Andy Bort, we have your winnings and trophies up here in the announcer's booth. If you come up and see us, Andy Bort, winner of the truck feature. Reaction, green flag flies. We're down to our top 5. The ST2, Bryson Brady from Carrollton, Ohio, will finish 6th here tonight. We have 5 cars left running here in the competition area. The 24 Chris Grandstaff is on the clock there in the 24 from Canton, Ohio. We got a Stark County veteran, Kyle Katuzin, Zach Zimmer from Waynesburg, also from Stark County, and Cody Mercer in the 13. He breaks his stick off. Cody Mercer from Ashtabula County, Trumbull County, Kinsman, Ohio. Mercer will finish 3rd here tonight. We're down to our Stark County natives. Zimmer from Waynesburg, Katuzin from Canton. Cody Mercer in the 13 will finish 3rd here tonight. Waynesburg, Ohio versus Canton, Ohio there. The 7, the red and orange car, and Kyle Katuzin in the pink and black LLT 1.5. Zimmer trying to get a nice run to make a head-on shot there with Katuzin. Folks, 1 class left to run, our Pro Stock full-size class coming up after this. Stick around. Don't jet out of here too soon. Pro Stock full-size cars coming up next is Katuzin. Lays a nice hit on the front of Zach Zimmer. Zimmer trying to refire his automobile. That sounded like the starter grinding on a flywheel there for Zimmer. And he fires up the 7 car. Zimmer in the 7 refires, trying to get it in gear. And he wasn't going to cut. He was thought there being a meeting about what they told him to cut. And he goes, I'm not cutting. And he just won.
He almost got counted out by your official. He almost got timed out. They were pointing the flag at him.
There's your winner, folks. Put your hands together for Kyle Katuzin in the LLT 1.5 from Canton, Ohio. Zach Zimmer will finish second from Waynesburg in the 7 car. And Cody Mercer will finish third here tonight. Congratulations, guys. Give them a big round of applause. 19 cars in competition here. Congratulations to them. 4 hours away. The first car in the pits this morning. They left early this morning to drive 4 hours to be here. Want to thank them for making the trip. He's in a mid-80s Ford Crown Vic there. No radiator in that 89 machine. Keep an eye on that automobile. The 703, Larry Parrish Jr. from Salineville, Ohio, in a 70s Mercury. Shane Lester in the S19 from Negley, Ohio, in an 80s GM car. 2-door Chevy Impala. Jerry Chestnut in the 723 from East Palestine, Ohio, down to Columbiana County, driving a 90s Bubble Caprice, Chevy Caprice. 42X, Mike Miller from Jamestown, Pennsylvania, driving a 90s Bubble Vic. The 3/8 car, Brett Myers from Greenville, Pennsylvania. He was the winner over at the Jamestown Community Fair in 2015 there. The 52 car, that is Alexandra Pashmore from Robertsville, Ohio, driving a Chevy Caprice. The 21 of Anthony Alexander from Jamestown, Pennsylvania, driving an 80s Ford wagon. Sean Bungard in an 80s Ford Lincoln Town Car in the 013X. The 37M driving a Chrysler product from Tuscarawas, Ohio, down to Tuscarawas County. Tyler Mazzoni in the 37M. Mazzolini in the 37M from Tuscarawas, Ohio. The 76 Chevy Impala, Mad Mike DeFriscia. He finished 4th over at the team show at Trumbull County. And the 9 of Sam Intricate from Latona, Ohio. Officials are ready on the track. One last time, folks. Let's count these drivers down from 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go. It's a little bit like tractor pulls. For the first 75 feet, they just ease into it. Once they get past that mark, they lay into the throttle, and we are ready to go. For competition action here at the Carroll County Fair. Wow, you see the frame bend on that? Wow. And Shane Lester will be your first car out from Negley, Ohio. Tyler Mazzolini in the 37M making some nice hard contact using the front end of that Chrysler product. Red flag, drivers, red flag. Hold them up, hold them up. We're ready to go back to green flag competition here. Yeah. Yep. He wants to be with one of them, but he wants to be with two. Out of town, but yeah. Yep. Tyler Mazzolini in the 37M hooked up on the front of Anthony Alexander in the 21. He'll shake loose from that big wagon. Jerry Chestnut in the 723 is now on the clock. Yeah. Jerry Chestnut in the 723 will finish 10th here tonight from East Palestine, Ohio. There you see Mad Mike the Vicious, Sean Bungard, Sam H. You're getting Mike Miller all mixing it up over there. Was he? The guy in the 2R, the orange Impala, that guy runs like 20 shows a year. 20 or more? That's all he does. I mean, he's a scrap guy from PA, but that's all he does, sell derby cars all year long. Hey, good job, man. Thanks. Appreciate it. Are you on Facebook? Tyler Mazzolini is on the clock, the 37M car there in the Chrysler. We still have 10 cars moving, and Mazzolini will break a stick. He'll finish 9th here tonight. Tyler from Tuscarawas, Ohio. We're down to 9 here. Mike Miller in the 42X will finish 8th. as he breaks his stick off there on the north side of the track. Yeah, I see that. Excuse me, Mike Miller in the 42X will finish 7th here tonight. 7th place for Mike Miller. Alexander in the 21, Myers in the 3/8, DeFriscia in the 2R, the Big Impala, Intricate in the 9, Bungard in the 013X, and Josh Bumbarger in the 89 car. Sometimes it gets out of hand. DeFriscia, Intricate, Alexander down here on the south end. Myers working his way down to the south end as well. Here comes Bungard in the black and red car. And Josh Bumbarger in the 89, the blue 89. This is a pretty good feature. Cars are folding up like he's just a scrap guy. He goes down to Florida in the wintertime and brings back a ton, but he brings back a ton of trucks. He'll run every one of our shows all year, and he only runs the stock. DeFriscia, Alexander, Myers, Intricate, Bungard, and Bumbarger, and he put the 89 up on the concrete barriers up there. He's going to be able to get off of there and stay in competition. Still 6 cars left. And Sam Intricate puts a big hit on the 21 on the wagon. We got 5 80s Ford product cars and 1 70s GM. That's the orange 2R cars, 1976 Chevy Impala, 4-door. together. Pro stock full-size cars grouping together, and we got a red flag out, folks. Red flag on the competition area. Hold them up, drivers. Hold them up. Red flag. We got a bumper on the track there. No, and I said from there on out, we're picking up. I don't care if it takes 5 minutes. Just go get it. I mean, he hit it just right, and it flipped in the driver's window. We're back to green flag competition here. Brett Myers, Anthony Alexander, Josh Bumbarger, Mike DeFriscia, Sean Bungard, Sam Intricate, all in competition here. We got a lot of Pennsylvania drivers there. Sam Intricate from Latona, Ohio, down there in Columbiana County. Sean Bungard from Bristolville, that's over in Trumbull County. And everyone else over across the state line in Pennsylvania, Jamestown and Greenville, Pennsylvania. That 89 car, he's all the way from Huntington County, Pennsylvania, about 4 hours away. That's over by State College, if you know where that's at on I-80. And the red flag's going to come out again. Hold them up, drivers. Hold them up. Drivers, hold them up on the competition area. Red flag is out. County has got his hands full against the Pennsylvania drivers. And there you see a lot of smoke coming out under the hood of Sam Intricate's car, the 9, the green and black car. That's an early 90s Lincoln Town car. Myers in the 3/8 trying to refire his automobile. That's the black 80s Ford Crown Vic there, four-door car. Myers is on the clock. 5 cars left running here. And Myers is able to refire the 3/8 car. We still got 5 cars left running. Anthony Alexander in the lone station wagon down here on the south end of the track. And Myers stalls that 3/8 car once again, trying to refire. And DeFriscia runs Intricate all the way down that grandstand side of the track into the barrier. Sam Intricate in the 9, Mad Mike DeFriscia in the 2R. That's that lone 70s GM car running up against these 80s Fords. And Myers refires that 3/8. He needs to make contact quick before they count him out. He's going to make contact on DeFriscia in the 2R. Myers able to refire, make contact before he stalls again. Now he'll refire once again. Myers in the 3/8. trying to salvage a top 5 finish here tonight at the Carroll County Fair. And Myers going to line up a shot here, get some space between him and the field as DeFriscia's going to bump into the front end of him. Myers looking to make a shot on Anthony Alexander there. And they'll sandwich Myers there between Alexander and DeFriscia. DeFriscia's got the nose of that Impala starting to walk up on him. That's old school demolition derby there. Those 70s GM cars were notorious, folding at the firewall and bending straight up. The 89 car has no radiator. He came into this heat, no radiator in the 89. Josh Bumbarger. And still has the most of his car left, it looks. The back end folded up nice and tight. Still got a lot of that front end left on the 89. Sam Intricate in the 9, still a lot of life left in his car. Myers and Alexander using up every last bit they have of those two 80s Fords. And Alexander lays a hit on Intricate there. This is a good feature. This is a really good feature. And we got a bumper loose on the track off the wagon. We'll see a red flag here in just a few moments from our officials as we got a bumper loose on the track. Brett Myers stalls at 3/8. And right now the bumper is underneath the 3/8. Anthony Alexander in the 21, Sam Intricate in the 9. Josh Bumbarger in the 89, Mike DeFriscia in the 2R. The 3/8 of Brett Myers is on the clock at this time, looking for a top 5 finish here at the Carroll County Fair. Myers is on the clock, got about 20 seconds left on that 3/8 automobile. Dennis Sanders got him on the clock down there. And Myers is going to break his stick. He will finish 5th here tonight at the Carroll County Fair. Josh Bumbarger trying to get some distance on somebody, make a nice hit on the back of DeFriscia and Sam Intricate. We're down to 3 Pennsylvania drivers and 1 Ohio driver, folks. Columbiana County versus Western Pennsylvania here. And that wagon of Anthony Alexander is just a prize to see that car still running. That's old school demolition derby there, folks. Front and rear bumpers all the way straight up and down, still running. Now Sam Intricate in the 9 will go on the clock from the officials. Intricate on the clock in the 9. We're almost down to our money cars here, folks. Intricate in the 9 is on the clock, looking to finish 4th here. Sam Intricate, you see him leaning over into the passenger side, working on the battery, working on the fuel system, trying to get that car to refire and get some power to the starter and the motor of that automobile. Folks, this class here pays $1,000 to win. $1,000 to the winner here tonight in this Pro Stock full-size class, and Sam Intricate will finish just outside the money cars in 4th place. Congratulations to Sam Intricate in the 9. Now we're down to our money cars, Pennsylvania posse drivers, Josh Bumbarger, Anthony Alexander, and Mad Mike DeFriscia. All 3 drivers hail from the state of Pennsylvania here. We got an 80s Ford wagon, an 80s Ford Crown Vic, and a 76 Chevy Impala out there. A lot of steam coming out under the hoods of these cars. These cars are getting very hot, up to about the 250 to 300 degree mark, if not more. A lot of steam coming out as those radiators pressurize. Mike DeFriscia in the 2R, Josh Bumbarger in the 89, Anthony Alexander in the 21. DeFriscia, Alexander, and Bumbarger. Anthony Alexander is on the clock there with our officials. And he breaks his stick. Anthony Alexander, the 21, will finish 3rd here tonight. We're down to Mad Mike DeFriscia in the 2R, Josh Bumbarger in the 89. Old school Chevy Impala, 80s Ford. Remember, folks, the 89 car didn't have a radiator when it came into this heat. All they did was loop the radiator hoses on that 89 car. Alcohol. They take junkyard motors, they change the intake and they put a bored out intake to let the air flow through there, run alcohol through the carburetor. And you can probably go put your hand on the intake of that motor. Alcohol just burns so cool. Yeah. The only problem is it burns twice as fast as gasoline, so really when it burns clear. I don't like it, but I worked in racetracks my whole life, so Bumbarger in the 89, DeFriscia in the 2R. I want to say hi to Mike Klinger. He come out 4 hours away as well with Josh here, all the way from Huntington, Pennsylvania. Mike Klinger was the winner over at the Mercer Grange Fair in Mercer, Pennsylvania just a few weeks ago. We'll hope to see him over at the Clarion County Fair here this Thursday night for Derby Dog Productions. To me, that's just late 90s Derby. You know what I mean? That's how stuff goes. Mad Mike DeFriscia looks to be in control here as Josh Bumbarger trying to refire that 89 car. Once the heat gets into these small block Chevys, they're really hard to crank over. You need a big battery, a lot of cold cranking amps to turn over these motors. And Bumbarger in the 89, doing the best he can to crank over that 89 machine. DeFriscia just giving him the nudge here and there. There's your winner, folks. Number 2 are Mad Mike DeFriscia from Greenville, Pennsylvania. Folks, we want to make a big thanks to Murphy Trackers and Equipment for the John Deere loader, Razor Rents for the 2 Bobcats, helping us clear the track off, the Carrollton Village Fire Department, the Carroll County Fire Department, Carroll County Sheriff's Department, the EMTs that are here. We also want to thank Mid-Vid Videos for being here tonight. Demolition Derby time. Put your hands together for Mike DeFriscia there, picking up the feature win. He's going to want one of these Mid-Vid videos. Real quick before Veronica and Howard leave, if you get down here and get yourself a copy of the DVD, as well as Craig up there in the grandstand at the center pole. DVDs are $20 after this Derby. Get down and see them now. You can contact them 1-877-216-4570 or contact Mid-Vid Video at yahoo.com. Anthony Alexander finishes 3rd, Josh Bumbarger 2nd. Mike DeFriscia picks up the win here at the Carroll County Fair. We want to say a big thanks to all you fans who came